We don't know who that humanity was, what they were doing in America, what language they were speaking. Was it the same humanity in America as in Russia, as in Europe, as the ones that came from Hyperborea? Again, these things, which are like the typical Greco-Roman, but the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire did not exist the way you study in school, and this is not built by the hand of a man. It's made with technology and with proper 3D printers and lasers and like proper stuff that you would build with today, for example, but we're not even capable of actually doing this today. So who knows what kind of technology they had to build these statues and these forms and shapes and stuff. In any case, it's not made with hammer and the chisel, no way. But there's people who believe that anyway. So yeah, this is San Francisco. I do not know. As you see here, it's the same as in Russia, so it was the same humanity in Siberia as in the Americas and in Europe as well. So yeah, that's like in previously, so before the 1800s, where they say the official history states that before the 1800s it was just primitive Wild West, right? And then we have these tunnels. These tunnels have this peculiar stuff that they're melted, so some kind of technology was used to melt the bricks and melt everything, the same that we see in nature. Which is not nature anyway, because many of the buildings are like fused together with the actual ground and the rocks. So something was used. This is in Poland, actually. This picture is in Poland. It's supposed to be a ruin from the 14th century, but you tell me what kind of ruins get melted together with the ground and the rocks. And this is like something that they say, when you study at school, they say primitive people built these as caves. They're not built as caves. They're like buildings which were melted, and those are windows. And those buildings were melted because they used some kind of technology or laser, just like you see in the movies. And nobody would be able to build that inside the stone in the mountain with bare hands and with chisel and hammer. So yeah, but then when you go to a park like this, they put some crappy ladders and they tell you all that story about the primitive people who were, living there. In China as well, in Asia, you have these huge builds out of metal. And again, China doesn't match up. Of course, the Chinese and the Japanese and the Koreans, they hide lots of information regarding the original people of those lands, but it's forbidden to speak about that in their culture. And for those who actually know a bit, because and it's to do with patriotism and stuff. Again, in America and the States, the Capitol buildings, all with the domes and stuff, we've seen that before, built by different technology. This is Ireland, and the curious thing about this photo is that it's a real photo, real old picture. The year is the 1840s, so 1840 something. And again, Ireland, as the Republic of Ireland, it was supposed to be a country with poor peasants, no technology. They were hungry in the 19th century, and this was there when this picture was taken in 1840, 1850. Imagine 1840, 1850. So this was probably built before 1840. So who was building this in Ireland, and with the domes and with the spires and with the with the tops of the buildings and stuff? This was, and even an obelisk. So this was 1840, 1850, 1840 in Ireland. And as you know, the Irish people, that's the thing, you see, because they say in history that Irish people, they emigrated, the Great Exodus. They went to the States because it was hunger in Ireland. Actually, I think that story was actually invented to hide the fact that lots of the people who are like the supposed Irish were actually orphans created artificially to repopulate the reset world of America. And they created that story with the hunger and stuff, because this is what Ireland had before 1850. So just to make, and this is a bank in Ireland, right? So you would never construct or build a building like this for the purpose of being a bank to give loans with interest. No, this was something else. And again, it's the same principle as in America, as in Russia, as in Europe, in Ireland, same stuff. And again, a picture 1840, 1850 in Ireland. Just imagine the amount of, and Ireland is a poor country even today by the standards of like, culturally speaking and stuff. Not culturally is very rich, like the infrastructure. Like you go to Ireland and there's not much infrastructure. You go out of Dublin, and like I had Irish colleagues, not to offend anybody or anything, but just like the country as it is today, it's not one of the most advanced countries in terms of transport and infrastructure and stuff, and the weather is very bad. But this is what they had before 1850. So imagine all that was destroyed. And yeah, we have here Chinese people with a mud road. Why the heck would you have a mud road? And then you have this in Asia as well, where they built these things in stone. Now you know how they built them. And then all these things, of course, they're not carvings. Probably this was like a huge building which was melted or something. But you cannot speak with the Asian people like that, because they would just call you nuts and crazy. And of course there's this stuff with patriotism and stuff, the same as with America and Europe and all the other places. Again, buildings which were melted, and lots of the places there in the deserts which were artificially produced and created. And there you go. I mind blasted and mind blowing. The huge, they're so huge and big, and people, they still think that this is for the purpose of arts and stuff in San Francisco. Anyway, there you go. Some pictures, awesome pictures. I'll see you guys in the next video.